Good morning, everybody. It is meteorologist Aiden's weather forecast, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about a potential snowstorm for parts of the South, for parts of all the way from Arizona to parts of Texas and Oklahoma. So we really got to watch out for the storm. It's not looking like it's going to move north to parts of Missouri. It's just going to stay for parts of Texas. So let's just check it out. And it's not far away. It's actually pretty close from now. Alright, let's just check it out. So you can see the storm. There's some snow for parts of parts of central New Mexico up into the northern part too. North central New Mexico. And this is 6 hours from now. You can just see some scattered rain for parts of the south. By 12 hours, you can actually see you can see in central Texas, actually really close to Dallas. You can see a mix. Actually, this is a freezing rain. So we really got to be careful, guys, because one of the most #1 threats of actually frozen precip is freezing rain. And freezing rain, if you don't know, it's when it starts to snow in the atmosphere really high up, and then that snow goes into a really hot layer just in somewhere in the atmosphere, and it melts to rain. And then it doesn't have the time to freeze back to snow, so it just goes as rain on contact, and then it just freezes as soon as it hits the ground. So let's say rain hits your mailbox, it will just freeze just like that immediately. So yeah, that's what freezing rain is. So it can freeze on trees, your house, mailbox, cars. It can shut you in. So yeah, it's really dangerous because it can cause actually accidents with ice and all that. But you can see that the part of the snow is actually in southern Arizona and parts of western New Mexico. And we were also not just a snow and ice threat. We really gotta watch out for the flooding on the warmer part of this side, where there can be flooding on a lot of rain. 18 hours from now, you can see that mix still stays into parts of central Texas. So that's why it's still a big threat, because it's going to be there for quite a long time. So we really got to watch out, because like I said, that ice can be really dangerous, guys. And that's one of the #1 threats for power outages, as that ice goes on the power lines. And then that snows for parts of southern New Mexico and Arizona to the Mexico border. Let's actually go to 24 hours from now. See how much it changes. 24 hours from now, it starts to change. You can see a mix starts to go for parts of Oklahoma, and maybe some rain into that mix too. So that's a big threat, but it's not as big as the Texas. And then you can see that snow starts to move a little more east. It starts to leave Arizona and makes its way more into eastern New Mexico, and you can see some scattered snowflakes right here for parts of Texas for the northern part. Let's actually just go to 36 hours from now. You can see a tremendous difference. You can see really heavy mix there, and that darkest pink, like a really heavy mix really coming down there. And that's right on that rain snow mix. So you can that's why it's so heavy. In 36, you can see a humongous difference where that snow makes its way from northern Texas to Oklahoma. It's going to be a very tricky one to track, as who knows if it goes to Oklahoma or if it goes in central Texas or northern Texas. So it's pretty close. It starts like 3rd January when it really intensifies. 42 hours from now, it does stay for parts of that most northern part of Texas right there, and some snow for the southern part of Oklahoma. You can see really how heavy that mix is right there in parts of central Oklahoma. It's like really heavy. Like I said, on the other side, you gotta watch out for that heavy rain, as it's warm and it's not gonna be rain, snow, it's not gonna be snow or mix. It's gonna be really heavy rain. 40 hours from now, you can see that rain starts to get. That snow actually goes more into central instead of that mix. It starts to leave Texas, and it just stays for parts of central Oklahoma. Central Oklahoma is actually a big threat, because they start off with a really big threat of ice, and they just go right into heavy snow. And then by 54 hours from now, which is the 4th, you can see that ice threat and that snow. Of course, it's still in Oklahoma, and then you can see that heavy rain moves on to the southeast. So yes, another rainstorm for the southeast. By 60 hours it starts to disappear, and then it's just gone by the end of January 4th. So it's quite a long system. Alright, let's actually check out what the GFS model is looking at. You can see it is showing a good amount of snow for northern Texas and southern Oklahoma. It is showing maybe a good inch really into central Oklahoma, or Texas, really in central. But the heaviest snow looks like a 4 inches and 3 inches in that bluish color, and then some scattered snow right here with the 1 to 2 inches. This is GFS, and it's even showing a little less snow than it's looking like for central Oklahoma, and a little more snow. It's actually showing snow for Arkansas. But let's actually just check out this is GFS, and you can see 4 inches and 5 to 6 inches here. And let's just see. And I'm just gonna let you know they're in the opposite, so it's not close at all. They're kind of the opposite. Alright guys, so this is the other model, guys. Wow, can you see a humongous difference? You can see that actually shows a lot more snow for this part of Texas. Didn't show like that before. And it actually shows 13 inches for central Oklahoma. What I tell you, very different. 7 inches here, 8 inches in Oklahoma, up to 5 to 6 inches here, maybe even 7 inches in the dark purple. It's showing less snow for parts of the central part. Less snow for Arkansas. Arkansas not even supposed to get snow, but wow, is it showing a lot of snow in here, like a lot of snow. So it's close from now. It's really close from now, but the models are completely different. So we just gotta find out what's true or not, because it's either central Oklahoma getting 13 inches of snow or they're getting 2. So really big difference. But yeah, it is showing a lot more snow for Oklahoma. So yeah, that's what the European model looks like. Let's just, since we're talking about possible flooding too, let's see how much precip we're actually talking about with rain. On the southern part of the storm right here, you can see a good amount of rain. We're not really talking flooding for parts of like southern Texas. Houston probably gets a good 2 inches at most, so not really like a big flood threat, but still some rain. The biggest threat is actually in Louisiana, where they can get a good 3 to 4 inches of rain, but not really looking like a really heavy rain for the southeast, maybe 2.5 inches at its most. But we really just gotta watch out for Louisiana, where they can get up to 4 to 5 inches. So not really a humongous flood threat, but there still is a flood threat, but not tremendous. So it's not really much to talk about. Actually the precip, not really a threat. Let's just check out the National Weather Service, see what's going on here. So there are windstorm warnings for the southern counties of New Mexico and Arizona on the border, and you see windstorm advisories here. They do have windstorm advisories actually for central Texas and parts of northern Texas. You're probably wondering what's in between those things. It is a windstorm watch. There are windstorm watches here in between the advisories, because that is the biggest threat for the snow. So yeah, and then you can see and then you can see on the other side, like I said, the possible flooding. They do have flood watches. So this is the threat of the storm right here. This is all the threat. So you have flood watches from the storm, winter storm watches, advisories, and you have warnings and watches from Arizona all the way to out Mississippi, where you have some kind of advisory for the storm. So just be careful if you're in any type of precip from the storm, even if it's rain, freezing rain, which is one of the biggest threats, and heavy snow. So yeah, hope you guys liked this video. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and guys, I do go back to school tomorrow, so I won't be able to make a video this early. I can probably make one around 4 or 5 o'clock, depends on when I get home or whatever. So guys, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Hopefully we can get to 600 subscribers, which is my goal, very soon, and then I can do a shout out video. So bye guys.